They call me Chris G.
Yeah.
Christopher Edward Daniel Gonzalez is my long name.
Okay.
But Chris G is a lot more, heartfelt and empathetic the way I bring it, the way I love to.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to shout out my barber, Pedro, real quick, and
Pedro.
my wife. She lined me up today. I had to just shout him out real quick.
Yeah.
But they call me Chris G. I'm from Palmdale, from 661.
Okay.
Over the mountain.
Yeah, I've been
down
there.
near LA. I love it. I love it out here, and I knew eventually I would end up in the same position. I really did. I prayed for it.
To be in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of to be living that dream, to be doing things like this.
Yeah.
To kind of be in those kind of predicaments.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm only 27.
Right.
Thank God. But
She's 27.
good timings.
Yeah. I would say so, for sure. And so when it comes to your music, how did you get into music?
Very empathetic. My empathetic when I bring it out, because my uncle, he was, rest in peace, my Uncle Isaiah. He was doing that.
Make music.
That's what he was doing. And he had his whole gig. He had his trade going. He was doing plumbing like my other uncle. That succeeded. Shout out Daddick. But it's good. The way I got into music was much more like Akon was nice. I like how Akon had the world in a buzz. I'm like, all right, cool. But then I heard Drake, and then Drake's show. I kind of like fell under the wing, of this guy Drake, this actor kid, from a show I didn't even watch. I didn't do that. But that's kind of what brought me into music.
So Drake was a big influence and inspiration to you.
Very.
Okay.
Very.
Who you listening to now?
Ooh, and now besides everything that I'm doing, everything that I'm hearing, everything that I'm even capable of coming across, it's kind of the way I do it personally, But I personally like Drake. Drake is what I always fall back into. Like, there's always a track, and I have the same birthday as a homie. So,
What's your favorite Drake album? What's your all time?
All time?
Yeah.
Favorite album?
Favorite album all time.
If you're reading it, it's too late.
Okay.
I think you called that a mixtape, though, huh?
Nah, I look at that. I mean, it was, but I look at it as like it's an album at the end of the day. It's a project. You know what I'm saying? Like, because some people might feel like So Far Gone is their favorite, but that's not considered an album. That's considered a mixtape. But I'm like, bro, he made it like an album, and it sounded like an album. Even if you're reading this is too late, he made it like an album. It sound like a damn album. It sounds better than a whole lot of dudes' albums and shit. For that to just be called a mixtape.
Thank you.
Know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
And being surrounded by professionals like you guys, it just got me to the closer to my dreams. Was a Drake song I was putting in my top 3 when I was asked a question. It's that one, Free Spirit, and Money in the Grave.
Those Rose.
I would capitalize those, as like the top.
That's cool.
In my opinion, of course.
Nah, definitely. With Drake and like him being an influence, so for you, is it like the singing part? Is it what was it that, kind of, what did Drake do for you that made you say like, oh, this is what I really want to do? Like, what was it that did he bring out of you that you didn't know of?
His visual upbringing, like like the way he would kind of pronounce his ideas, visually and like lyrically, of course. I think that was my biggest influence on that. But I'm not too much of a singer, as much as what he was in the beginning. But I was one of those people that was, would say like, no, Drake is good. It's good. When he had done that song, Do It All. That was, I knew he was gonna be the one. But when it comes to like my music personally, I was waiting. I was waiting for a good time to drop everything, good timing, and everything just fell into place, And at the same time, if I could say, I was going to a personal time in my life, and I still capitalized on bringing it out, and I decided to go public with my talent.
Nice. Was it like nerve wracking to come out with your first song?
Extremely.
What was it like? What were you just like? You just like fuck it. Like, what was that moment?
Yeah, majority of the time, it's always kind of like, what, do it. What if it's kind of hard running it solo, and it's so like solo wise. So I'm kind of like seeing the upbringings myself. Like even with this Small World, you know, shout out Small World.
Yeah.
I love this place to the fullest, you know, and I feel like you guys have given me bullets. Yeah. So I'm like, man, there ain't nothing stopping. And if there's nothing stopping here, there's nothing that can be stopping at all, you know.
For real.
I've come from Palmdale, 661. That's like a desert, way past these mountains.
You know, my fam stay out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of opportunities or that creative wave. You know, being out in LA, there's so much that you can, like the possibilities of meeting people, of going to events and stuff. Like, I mean, I bet Palmdale got certain little events here and there, but nothing of the caliber or the, you know, the quality of like Los Angeles or New York, you know, these big cities where you have so many people. So for you to, you know, be like, yo, if I'm going to step up as an artist myself, like I need to make that move and, you know, go to the city where I will find, you know what I'm saying, people that are searching for the same thing as I am.
Makes me feel comfortable, exactly.
Yeah.
So and that's why, you know, it keeps coming. I'll be freestyling a performance tomorrow.
Okay.
And the energy based on what I was told from a producer earlier, even podcasted, what you told me was it was real. You know, he's from a different side of the country. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I'm really kind of listening to this man, you know, and he told me something. I'm like, all right, good. You know, and the way I'm surrounding myself with the correct people, I have no worries. You know, I have no worries. I just got to handle it right. The best way I could.
So what's next? What's next for you in terms of your music?
Hopefully running into some fine right producers, getting a project together. Maybe like a 7-track, 8-track project.
Yeah,
I could do that by the time my birthday hits around, which is the biggest popping person as well. So it's kind of hard for me now. I was waiting though. I was waiting for the good time to come out with it because I was like waiting for everybody else to like him, and he finally got it. So I'm like, all right, fine, hurry up, do it, you know. And he hasn't read my shit yet, but
it's all good. All right, well, that's all the time we got for today. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna close it all out. We got Chris G in the building. You know what I'm saying? Are you performing at the festival coming up?
I am.
Yeah, man.
Next month.
Yeah, May 20th. Yeah, man. It's good to have you back. This one's bigger. This is our biggest one. 35 artists.
I'm shaking
AJ the one. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know you performing in front of just not an audience, but you're performing in front of a huge crowd as well. You know, of artists. So you know, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of networking opportunities. So we're appreciative of you being here. And thankful for you being just like locked in with us for real, man. You know what I'm saying? Just if whatever you need, let us know. All right. Small World Podcast, Chris G. We out. Peace. Yeah.